5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sky Island. Now we only have two parts with Sky Island because like it was only two arcs in Sky Island was like a quick thing. Like it's this took up the most of it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This part was quick and everything and all that because first part is Jaya. They land on Jaya and everything and all that, and then like
let me talk on Jaya real quick, bro.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, talk your shit.
I like how they pull up to Jaya, honestly. They first apparently these guys that first of all, when I read the manga for this was crazy, man. As these guys are literally sailing into Jaya, going to this place, we start to see literally like pieces of wood and debris fall from the sky. Everybody, also Nico Robin joined the crew.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, like what's him? That's like what's him? Out of the last arc, we get another member, our sixth member of the crew, Nico Robin.
Nico Robin joins the crew.
Yeah, she joins the crew.
And as they actually, anyways, we see all this debris and everything fall from the sky and everything. Everybody looks up. Craziest thing is when everybody looks up, you see a giant ship. Falling from a giant ship, not like a ship falling from the sky, slow motion, everything, and everything pauses. And in this episode, I remember when I read the manga for this, the manga was so much impactful because you see everybody's faces and you see how little the Going Merry is and how like how big this is coming down. And what the author said, this is what the narrator said: anything that man can think of is a reality. I know I have it somewhere here. Hold on a minute. I have to pull this up.
Go ahead.
I love this quote so much.
Go ahead, bro. So I got you. So what's that? In the meantime, like when they go to Jaya, like they I remember like what's saying basically they walk into a bar and shit. And like they're hearing all these people like what's name talk about all this and everything about pirates. And Luffy says, "Yeah, I'm gonna be a pirate. I'm gonna be the king of the pirates and all that." And then the guy just slams Luffy's head into like the bar stool and everything. And then it's like, what's the name? It's like, wait, hold on. Who the fuck doing this to Luffy? It's like, hey man, get over on this shit. The age of pirates and dreams is over and everything.
Listen, bro.
And then
break this down for them for real.
And the thing is that like, and you see, it's Luffy because it's both Luffy and Zoro there and everything. And you see this guy, his name is Bellamy. His name is Bellamy, and he feel like he hot shit and everything. And then literally he's like, nah, I'm like, what's that? The age of pirates and all that's over. And then like he beats up Zoro and Luffy. And I know you're thinking here, wait, is he that strong? No, they don't fight back. They just let that shit happen and everything. They get up and all that. And then they leave the bar.
And what does Luffy say to Zoro as they're beating him up, bro?
Like, what's him? He said, don't fight back.
He was literally like, hey, Zoro, whatever you do,
don't fight back.
Don't fight these folks, man.
And then after that, like they let that joint finish and everything. And after that, like I forget what they said, but it's like he's like, "Hey man, it wasn't like they weren't worth it. It was something along the lines of the age of pirate dreaming isn't still over and everything and all the other stuff." And then they leave the joint. They get healed up, and then ironically, Luffy goes somewhere else to eat, and guess who he's sitting next to eat?
Isn't that the same place, actually? Don't they meet up at the same place, but he just walks out?
No. What's saying?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's Blackbeard, right?
Yeah, good. Like
I thought
that was a different place because, like, what's saying? They were eating there and everything.
You're right. You're right.
That they were eating there, and that he's like, "Hey man," he was laughing, joking, like, "Hey man, whatever," and all that. And that he was like, "Hey, shut up." And then, like, what's saying? Literally, he leaves off and everything, and we just see, he gets up, and he is cool. It's like, it's Blackbeard. It's like, wait. Didn't Ace say he was looking for him? Because like wasn't Ace said that he was looking for him during Alabasta and everything?
He never mentioned his name here.
He never mentioned his name.
That's why nothing transpired. Nothing
transpired. But like what's saying?
You would think in this arc right here that they were good men.
Yeah, like what's saying when his crew calls like, oh, it's Blackbeard and everything. Saying, oh well, that Ace is looking for him. Sorry for them. We don't know what's about to go down later on. But that's TLDR for later and everything. In the meantime, we meet like a bunch of different characters in the background for some other shit. But like, yeah, Bellamy shit happens. That they see Bellamy again. He's like, I thought I told you this time. Luffy one punches that nigga, and it was like, woo, that shit was funny as fuck to me. That nigga really thought he was cool.
Anything that I whenever I read certain parts of One Piece, I have to screenshot or I got to take a picture. So like, this is the quote right here. Anything that man can imagine is a possibility in reality.
Yep.
And I think he said that was by Willie Caron, the physicist. That's what happens when the ship falls down. So basically, this is where like they're saying that where Sky Island is introduced. Now, this is probably one of my favorite arcs just because, like, again, it goes back to architecture and that's like archaeology.
Yep.
Oda is big on history and big on just like creating these worlds, these ancient worlds and everything. So basically they believe that there's an island in the sky.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the whole Bellamy thing and why they beat him. When they enter that bar, and after like Bellamy was asked, literally Nami is just like, listen, we don't want no trouble. How can we get to Sky Island? The whole bar just goes silent. Mm-hmm. And literally Bellamy was just like, first of all, he was voiced by the same guy as Radix, which was pretty cool. And
oh yeah, speaking of what's the name, a lot of characters are voiced by a lot of, like, you can see a lot of what's in, because Piccolo voices fucking Zoro and
Krillin
Usopp, and this, like, you can hear a lot of voices and everything. It's like, yes, bro, it's like your childhood will scream out at, like, if you watch these at the same time, you're like, hey.
The funny thing is that before the original voice actors they had for Funimation, I liked them a lot better. Like I did like the original intro that they gotta go.
It is One Piece.
You remember? You see? That was when they had a whole other set of voice actors and everything. Yeah. And I was like, I actually messed with that one. But basically the whole bar pauses and everything, and everybody starts laughing. And Bellamy is just like, that age of pirates is gone. Like, literally, don't you understand? Like, some people literally believe that whole thing of just dreams and pirate era, but the whole thing, everything is all about treasure and money. And you guys don't understand that. And it's what this shows is the different mindset of two different pirates. How Luffy truly believes in the true adventure of it, and like he believes in everything that
like is, the journey, the going here, the meeting people here, all the
nothing
other
is fabricated.
He
doesn't believe that anything is fabricated.
It's not about the fabrication. It's not about the material. It's about the experience.
It's about the experience. And Bellamy is so close-minded that he doesn't know that either. But y'all going.
He learns literally right after this arc here at the end. That's when he learns. But basically, Jaya, that happens and everything, and that's when they go to that little island and meet that guy. Like, remember, like, you had like the two, monkey pirates and everything right here and all that.
They meet pirates. Then he had the descendant of Nolan the Liar.
Yeah, Nolan the Liar and everything. And then literally, but like, it's like basically Boy Who Cried Wolf, but in pirate version, but except the nigga was actually telling facts, not cap. And it's just that, like, niggas wouldn't believe him because he saw some fantastical shit. Like, say if one day you walked outside and saw a shark moonwalking across the sky. Like, you saw the joint. You like, I'm not talking about you not bullshitting, nothing, everything, all that. You saw that shit happen. But you forgot, like, your phone was on a charger. You got something and everything. People will think you a liar.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. Like, he saw the joint, and that Nolan was the guy on the island's great ancestor and everything. He's like, I believe my ancestor isn't a liar and everything. He really saw that shit. And then after that, like, turns out these two dudes, the monkey pirates, they were like, that guy's like people back when they were growing up.
They grew up off the story, and that's how they became fans of the guys they met there. And I like that. That's fun. They had his back just because he was just from the story and they were fans and they became family. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing.
And that like they did that, they fought off the bad guy, and then like what's the name? Basically, that's when they found like the boon up. Like what's the name? You know what I'm talking about? Like the little drink that burst them up to get them in the sky pit.
The knockup wave.
The knockup wave. That's what I was trying to find a name for. The knockup wave. They finally,
everything in this. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, that's my last point. Like the knockup wave, they found the joint to get up to the joint. It's like it's crazy as hell that like, oh fuck, they really went into the sky. And I was like when I remember I was watching this, I was like, damn. Niggas, I was like, damn, niggas is really sailing in the sky.
You didn't believe it at first.
I believed it because like my thing is anime, anything can happen. But it's just that like literally when you see them get into Sky P and you see all the like the animals and the different thing up there and all that, you see skyfish and that immediately when they get up there, they get attacked by some little sky wizard bad guy, guy and everything. It's like
Gandalf.
Yeah, Gandalf and shit. And they get attacked by him. And then like it's like it's dope as hell. Like it leads straight into Skypiea and how they get there. But go ahead, bro.
So basically, yes, so everything I can't remember this guy that I can't remember his name, but the guy who lives on Jaya. And
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But it's just like I remember they break down the story, they break down everything of his descendant Nolan the Liar and everything. And everything is amazing about this show, bro, and this art, because it's just like the different pieces that are put together just to like get them into Skypiea. The knockup wave is just it's something that happens on a specific night, and they just happen to come
just when it happened. Just it's like it was like a once in like a century kind of thing or some shit like that.
Once in a century, yeah. Once in a century, they had to find the songbird or something like that just to point them in the right direction, because he can't point anywhere else but like west or something like that. If you turn him the other way, he's gonna look that way because he has to face a certain direction on the compass. And they need that bird to point him to where it is.
And that like what's the name helped out with that because Chopper could talk to animals and shit.
Yes, you're right. I completely forgot about that. And on top of that, I remember when they're riding the knockup wave. Well, when they're about to, Blackbeard pulls up, and he's just like, Straw Hat, I looked at your bounty, boy.
He's like, I need that.
He was so hyped, yo.
But then the funny thing is, a thing comes up, fucks up his whole ship, and then they on the water. It's still the funniest part ever.
It's just the fact that he pulls up so hyped.
He's like, hey, yo, I need that.
I saw your bounty. You got 100 million on your head, boy.
I'ma need it.
I was like, he was just like, yo. We need that head, boy. We need that.
I'm gonna need it off you and everything. And then literally, boom, a knockout with like a little Dre comes, destroys their ship, and then Brightside, Luffy and them get on it. They ride it all the way up to the Skypiea, and it's dope as fuck. And then boom,
oh my god.
And then boom, here we are. We get straight into the arc itself. Skypiea and everything, and after that. Like we get there, we meet first, we're attacked by like Gandalf on the little thing and all that. It's like, why are you
they're actually attacked by some
not Gandalf, was another dude.
Indian attire. Gandalf saved them, but it was
Gandalf
just like some dude, But go ahead, bro. I'll speak on after you.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't Gandalf, it was another dude and everything. So basically it's like they like sky pirates or some shit like that. I remember.
And for the people who are about to judge us calling this man Gandalf, we know what his real name is. Yeah. He looks like Gandalf. Come on now.
So what's the name? Basically, we get there and everything, and that like we learn like Sky Islands run by a guy named Enel. And Enel, like to me at first, I was like, wait a minute, is this nigga the Sage of Six Paths? What the fuck is that behind him and shit? And then
bro. It's the fact that like
he can see whatever's happening, and then if he calls like he took Lil Baby's verse to heart. He said, I send a hit while I chill with my children. he can send it
I'll
hit.
send it to him while I chill on my children.
Like literally,
I'm not the GOAT, but I fit the description.
We gonna walk around with them bags in a minute. This gun ain't gonna jam and I'll blow it. Ain't missing.
Let's go.
But what's the name? Lily and Nell was sitting here, like he can see what's like. He has a let's say it's called mantra, but we later known as another version of observational hockey.
Yeah.
Tease later. But
I like how they do that, how they call it mantra there. That was pretty fire. They got their own little thing going on.
So what's the name? Literally, Enel, what's the name? He's able to, what's the name? While see whatever's happening on the island, and whenever he wants to, boom, lightning strike on your ass.
Listen, man. Listen, before we even see Enel's face, bro.
Yeah, Enaru, yeah, we
I
don't even see them.
remember when someone just said the wrong thing. And literally like, and I just sat back and was just like, everybody's eyes just went like, they were just like, listen, you can't say this, you can't say that. And it was crazy because I like what they really did here. So the part that was on Jaya that was actually blasted into the sky.
Yeah.
And they called upper yard there.
Yeah.
And they called it upper yard. And if you step foot on upper yard, you're in some serious, you're in some serious shit, like for real.
You don't play.
So when these boys actually really get settled, everybody gets settled, you know, straw hats and everything, they're drinking from papaya fruits and different fruits and everything. I remember when the white berets pull up and everything, they're crawling up to them and everything. They're like, you know, like that and everything. And I was just like, man, this is goofy, man. These goofy dudes, man. And it's so funny because they were just like, that's a second degree. That's a penalty right there. And I was just like, what? And like, it was so funny.
The man, like the man has it all ranked out. Like he took, like wasn't like I said, like we were joking around about that. But my thing is, like, if you wanted, like, you know how everybody talks about like God and everything, like God's all around us and everything, and his punishment shall be divine and wrath. He takes that shit to a T as far as you say one thing, like he even say, hey, Enru, I heard Enru suck toes. Boom, lightning strike.
And it's so funny. The Luffy is so funny, bro. I remember when the white beret was just like, he said something, I can't remember exactly what he said to Luffy, but first of all, they've only been on there for probably like 10, 15 minutes, and the white beret was just like, they confronted them already, and he's like, this is a penalty, and we're not gonna let that happen.
I was like, what's if you had to pay to get in, remember?
And then and then he was just like, you're gonna give us that back, and then give us that fruit back that you drank. And then Luffy was just like, oh no, we're not. You want to fight about it? And then and then the white beret was just like, what? He was like, what? And then they were just like, Luffy, come on, bro. We're not even trying to start all that up here, bro. And it's just hilarious because it's just like, bro. It's funny because it's just like, why would you say to like, that's like a police officer coming up to you and saying, you can't do this. You're not supposed to do this.
Hey man, you made a legal left turn, bro. Hey man, you want to fight about it?
You want to fight about it? And I was like, Luffy literally said out of his mouth, you want to fight about it? I was just like,
I mean, Luffy always
just an ignorant boy, bro.
You know, Luffy, unfortunately, Luffy is always on go, and that's just how it is with this man. But my thing is, like, you get to like you meet Inaru, that you meet all of his like his people underneath him and everything, and that they all have like that one nigga was goofy as fuck. Remember, like that one, like he had glasses, he was a fat nigga and everything. Talking about, bro. Yeah,
okay, I'm gonna be honest. So I don't even, we haven't even gotten to Upper Yard yet, but I'm just gonna say him and his Luffy's fight blew me. First of all, Luffy couldn't even touch this boy. Yes. He's big as I don't know what. Floating around. Like, and I'm just like, and he had like little minions under him that were like the same. He had a brother, bro. He had a brother, and they would like literally touch hands and like, yeah, bro. We'll get into it. We're almost done wrapping this one up until we get to like a really dope arc, man.
It's like it's just like that happens and everything. So like they get into that like they meet. I mean, it's not we call him Gandalf, it's Ganfall, whatever the fuck you call him. But anyways, yeah, we learned that he was once the king of this place and everything. That like the little Indian people they have this one guy that's strong as fuck too. He ate like a he ate a like he did he eat a devil? I feel like he ate a devil fruit.
What's his name?
I forget
What
his
does he look like?
name. You
What
know
does
what
he
I'm
look
talking
like?
about? Like, what's the name? One second. Where the fuck is this? It's
Because
this
I know you're
one.
not talking about it now.
No, not in now, not Inaru. What's the name? The one nigga. He was part of the Indian niggas and everything.
Oh, are you talking about
Like he what's the name? Because he kidnaps I think he either kidnaps Sanji or Robin. I think it's no, not Sanji. He kidnaps Nami or Robin, one or the other. One second.
I'm trying to think of his name. It's like, bro, it's literally on the top of my head. I just can't pull it out right now.
Like I remember his face clearly because I remember like what's the name?
He had the mohawk, right?
Yeah.
I know exactly who you're talking about too.
Yeah.
I just can't remember his name. It was like Hacker or something like that.
Yes, it was something like that.
It was like Hatcher. Dang. Because I remember when he pulled up to Luffy in Upper Yard, bro. Wiper, that's it. Wiper. And I remember, so Luffy made a little verse on, y'all know Luffy was in the studio when he was up in Upper Yard, man.
Mm-hmm.
And something with the trees or something like that. And Wiper pulls up and he hears him and he's just like, you don't belong here, right? And then Luffy's basically like, well, I'm here to do what I do and keep on doing what I do.
Yeah.
And Luffy continues to sing and keeps walking. And then that's the comedy right there. It's all so subtle right there. Luffy goes back to singing, keeps on walking. There's no music in the background. And Wiper his eyes are literally following Luffy. And then he's just like, all right, let me just stop all that right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to take care of you right now, boy. And I won't lie, this fight kind of blows me a little bit because I feel as though Luffy could have handled him like with nothing, but they got their little gadgets, and I still don't think that compares to what Luffy can do.
Oh yeah, and this is the art they introduce impact dials.
That was fire.
That's when they introduce,
and those things take a toll on you. Keep going, bro. You got it.
Yeah, man. Like impact dials is like basically for people who don't got devil fruit powers or anything else and all that. Like what's the name? And like you want like a little special ability. Impact dials is like when they use and everything. So you can use them as little bombs, little fire, little water, and everything. Fake your avatar if you need to. But like literally, that's what they use. So like what's saying basically, what happened was Ganfall. His people were warring with I think they're named the Sure or whatever. That's what Wiper's people are named and everything against like what's him over Upper Yard and everything. But unfortunately, Inaru came in and fucked everything up. Now here we are. Fast forward. They're trying to figure out what to do here and all the other stuff and everything, and they're trying to take it back because they feel like this is their rightful place.
Yeah, because let's not even forget that. Not even that. Inaru stole from Gandalf, and Gandalf stole from the Indians because the Indians, that's completely their land. And hey, man, what those folks they always got to take from the Native.
I mean, hey, we be here all day till the cows come home because like that's just we get like it's basically. I mean, Oda like he takes inspiration from like history and everything. So basically, it was like the the Native Americans and the Americans and everything, except this time the Americans at the end had a little bit more compassion and didn't try to like use genocide and disease to get rid of them and everything. So like they all team up together to fight Inaru and everything.
They're still fighting amongst each other.
They were fighting amongst each other.
The common enemy is.
They were fighting amongst each other, but they finally teamed up to fight Inaru at the end, like all the people and all that. Then we finally figure out Inaru's big plan. He's gonna blow this place. I mean, hey, he must have like, hey yo, let me look at Crocodile's homework real quick. I'm gonna blow this place sky high and get the fuck on. And that's the place. That's what he's doing. He's gonna blow this place sky high, and he has like a little gold ship or some shit or whatever like that.
Yeah, I want to, bro. This is another arc where I really want to talk about like the art style and just like literally the architecture and that is just set into place. And this is why I love Robin. This is why I specifically love Robin as a part of the crew.
Yeah,
I love when she brings her archaeology knowledge into this, and she really just she's really deep into her studies and what she does. She has already studied all this. Apparently, in this world, there is a about 100 years that is lost from the world, and she brings that up. So Robin, she goes deeper than anybody into the this things, and it just came to me. The Indian people's name is the Shandorians.
Yes, the Shandorians.
I don't know how that the Shandorians.
You remember, like that's like I was like it kept coming to me. I was trying to figure out what it was.
The name, yeah, bro. I was trying to figure out the longest time right now. It just came to me, and the name of the whole place was called Shandora. And I remember she went into the temple of Shandora
and read like the poneglyph and everything.
Not only that, bro, but she saw the whole ancient ruins and everything, the whole city.
I remember that.
And I was sitting back and I was like, this is beautiful, bro. Like, look at like the buildings.
You saw like the red, like what's in the hieroglyphics and everything. It looks like exactly. It looked like it was like what's in, they took this from like inspiration off the Aztecs and everything. Exactly. And like what's in the red and all that.
And because it was so old, they saw the vines and the different trees that had grown on top of the different ruins and everything. And I was just like, wow. And like, I love how they take their time whenever Robin is like really trying to figure things out. And the music that they play for her is just like this, we need to piece this together type of thing. Because again, what they say is there is at least 100 years that has been lost from history in the world. Yep. And Robin's goal is to truly figure what happened in that span of time out of 100 years.
Yeah.
And that's why she's really going after all the different poneglyphs. And a different thing comes out about the poneglyphs that, in this arc, they say there is an ancient weapon that is being created.
But we learn about that later. That's in Fishman.
So yeah, let me not get ahead of myself, but
that's a Fishman.
That's what I basically really love about this arc. It's just like the archaeology, and when like Luffy pulls up to this guy. I like the guy who had the sword, but that it could extend, and he cut down Chopper. You remember we all thought Chopper died, bro?
Yeah, I was like, oh damn. I was like,
and then Zoro walks over. He's just like, Chopper?
And then Chopper's like, yeah. Then Zoro goes over there, hands on those, bro. I mean, heck, bro. It's just dope as hell to that. Like, we get to the final fight of Inaru versus Luffy. And, like, the first time they fought, like, what's his name? They were fighting and everything. Then I forget what happens, but like, Inaru just gets away or whatever. And like Luffy didn't lose. I remember Luffy didn't lose. He wasn't knocked out or anything.
Let it be known here that this is one of those things where it's like when two elements clash together, one is going to overpower the other. And Nell's power is lightning.
Luffy's rubber, and rubber is immune to lightning.
When Enel strikes Luffy the first time, Enel's jaw drops and he's just like
wait, you ain't fried, bro? Like, I'm rubber. Which
Luffy didn't even say anything. He didn't even feel it. He was just like, what happened? And then he comes over and literally
Nell.
Because I want to talk about something that happened.
I mean, it's funny enough. Well, I'm not gonna say it because like you're not caught up with the manga, but he like another situation of that happened recently in the manga. It was funny.
I'll come back.
No. I'm talking about somebody struck Luffy with lightning and everything, and then after that, what's the name? Literally, he's like, "How are you not fried? I'm made out of rubber." Then somebody hits him with fire next. Why are you not fried up now? I got guts. I was like, "Come on, Luffy, this is bull." I mean, I'll give you lightning, but come on.
It's so funny what happens to him in the forest. So, Wiper has another companion, Shandorian companion.
Yeah,
and again, Enel was overpowered. You would think, bro, he could probably keep up with like some admirals downstairs. And the reason I say that is because of how his Logia fruit works. He's not on par with their skills.
This is Logia fruit, and also he did like the mantra. The mantra
thing that's something serious.
Yeah,
he can sense everything that's happening. To be honest, they don't really show like. I mean, his is like he knows what's happening in the whole land. They don't show anybody like on actual land doing all that though.
Like, but my thing is, he has them in order that you would never attempt to. Like, literally, you try anything, you try to steal, you try to do this, you say something bad about somebody, you whisper something bad about me, lightning strike.
Yeah. And that's what happened in the forest. There was somebody else that pulled up to Anel, and he saw him, and he stuck a staff through Anel's head, like through and through. And Anel was just sitting there eating an apple and everything. No, he wasn't even eating an apple. He just turned to me, and then he was just like, "Well, I told you I wasn't gonna move, right?" And then he literally lifts a finger up, and everything comes down. Like he was just like, "Wiper!" And then he goes down. Sanji was actually knocked out by one of those joints.
Yeah.
Anel is like a really overpowered one. Like he's a different person. He's a different breed.
Like I mean, they beat him on the ship like after they get like wrapped up with the gold and all the other stuff. And then after that, it's like, what's the name of? They finally get him. They beat him and everything. And that like you think like they see the last of him and everything, but it turns out he survived or whatever, and he's on like another plane or some shit like that.
In the manga, they kind of like say, he's still floating around in some.
No, they showed it. They showed it in an anime, like what's saying, like he was like in another space or whatever after all that. Like he's just not like can't come back to what's name Sky P or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. But another thing I want to talk about Zoro in this arc real quick.
Are you talking about the time he Zoro the lightning?
Your boy unlocked a different power in here, and he was like fighting another swordsman, and he pulled the sword. It was like 42 pounds or something like that, and then you just saw the flash go up in a swirl, and then he cut the boy down, and I was like, okay,
Zoro get different. Zoro get different. He get different, bro. I mean, hey, bro, like to me, like I mean, this whole saga, it's quick enough. Like I mean, this part's long. Not long. It's a decent. I'll say it's decent. It's just compared. What's in Alabasta?
People say it's dragged out, but listen,
it dragged out a little bit, but not. In my opinion, it don't compare to Alabasta.
Sky P was longer.
Sky P, like I said, yeah. So I mean,
Alabasta.
Like I said, Alabasta is a lot longer than that. So I mean, as far as me, like I have to like what's in Sky P is than Jaya. Because like I mean, you finally get there and everything is dope. You see all that shit up in the sky, and that when they fall down after, like the funny thing is we have a bunch of different things that happen after the arc. So after arc, we get back on the giant, like what's on the island near Jaya and everything. We see fucking Bellamy and his friend who were talking all that shit. They were fighting each other. It's like, no, please stop.
We never really yeah, you did emphasize how Luffy came back and knocked that boy out with one punch and left him because they didn't. The reason why they were really messing with that boy was because they said he was like a good 30 million berries.
Yeah.
But what they didn't know that when them boys came from Alabasta, he was worth a good 100 mil.
Yeah.
That boy had 100 mil on his head.
Yeah.
And what happened was one person in the night picked up the flyers and they looked at the bounties and they were just like, oh nah. I need to go tell Bellamy because that boy coming back.
Yeah.
And literally, Luffy comes back because Bellamy decided to pull up to the boys in Jaya and cut them down for no apparent reason.
Yeah, what's in he tried to cut down the monkey people and what's in the dude living there and everything. He's like, nah, I'm not playing that BS. Hey.
Nah, I'm not playing.
He's like, nah, like what's saying, like, not like he's like, hey, I'll beat your ass like I did last time. Now that he tried it.
And it was so funny because Luffy was just like, you said I don't know how to throw a punch, right? And that was right at the minute Bellamy was bouncing around and he came towards Luffy. And Luffy didn't even use his devil fruit. He didn't show off anything at all. He just was like, bang. Boom.
And then knock full.
Everybody went quiet, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, cause my thing is like, because Bellamy was out here like, oh yeah, last time I just beat you regularly. This time I'm using my little bouncing and everything. Then he literally one punched that man. It was gone. And it was just like, it was just crazy as hell. But then the next time,
the mark they showed on his face of his knuckles, I was like, yo, that looks, this is a cartoon, but that feels so realistic.
It felt so realistic.
Like if I could touch his face, I would feel like the creases in his face.
Yeah, he got the scar and all that. And after that, next time we see this man, we see him and his right-hand man fighting each other against their will. And we see that man, the myth, the legend, Doflamingo. Out here. Heck, man, that man, what's up? Drip Mingo, man. He got here. He's like, hey, So I heard y'all out here embarrassing yourselves out here. Like, no, please, just give me a chance. I'm sure I'm worth it. Nah, nigga, I don't got room for bitch niggas on my squad, bro. So that they had to do
but
that.
He kept them alive, though.
He kept them alive. I mean, heck, you talk about lesson that he stepped off. That's the first time we see Doflamingo on the show and everything. And it was dope as hell. And that we see them coming back down from Skypiea and everything. And they have they use like a little, they use the octopus to float and everything.
Yeah.
And they use the octopus to float back down and all that.
Did you peep the markings on Nell's little thing?
Like I said, I was like, wait,
the curse mark Jones.
I was like, at first I was like, wait, does this man either have a curse mark? Is he a sage? But then at that he lost points for me because I was like, why is your earlobes that long, bro? You look like you work at Hot Topic.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. But them boys, Straw Hat came down from Skypiea with at least a good 300 million berries, man.
Yeah,
of gold.
Yeah,
they had a lot of gold.
They had a lot of gold on them, and that was the end of that. So I mean, in my opinion, it's Skypiea than Jaya. But how about you?
Skypiea than Jaya, most definitely. Yep. Like, bro, this all goes back to just like I fell in love with like the scenery here. Like everything about the scenery. First, when they were just walking on the clouds and everything, I was just like, I wonder what that would feel if I was just barefoot walking on
the clouds. And that like my thing is, you have fish in the clouds and shit, and I'm just like,
that was so fire. That's so creative. And
like it was. Okay. It's like my thing is like because on this world you got so many. It's like the attention to detail and the fact that you have animals in so many different places. You got fish and crocodiles and lions and all these other shit in the sky. Then at that you come down to earth, you got all these animals here that are big and small and big, and then at that you go in the ocean, you got big and small and big animals and all that other stuff, and it's crazy as hell to see all that. And it's just but
it is crazy, and it's just like it's like it's so much to look at, and there's so much to take in and be like, this is really the detail is beautiful. That's what's beautiful. Like Skypiea. People may say this is a dragged out arc or anything like that, but bro, there's so much like culture that's put into it, and I love it for real. I love it.